I hope you hear me. Thank you very much for staying so late after for us. 2 days of intensive work with IFTRIP from yesterday, and I'm happy that we are very numerous today here. And we'll thank you, François, for all this organization and the team. Lots of things have been already said this morning and also before by Bertrand and also by Jean-Yves about French system for terror on the property side. My view is effectively from CCR to CCS there is just one letter difference, but from pools to PPP tools there is 3 letters only, and which is not too far from what we have and what we share in common. So I am trying to understand how it works. So it's back, and now, okay. So I will, in front of you, apologize, and you will be able to see my lack of knowledge about technology. Yeah, here it is. Well, just 3 coverage for terrorism in France. You have the properties, the transport and war risk. You have also the bodily injuries that are with the specific fund, and also you mentioned, Christophe, this morning about transport, particularly on the aviation, which is something that will be treated also. And so it's one country for which terror is taken, but taken in different ways for different risks. And the scope of compulsory cover for property damage is down under the article L126.2. I won't go into too much details, but effectively we do include NBCR in the cover, and also for this the scope, it's direct material cover, financial loss resulting from direct material damage, business interruption with direct damages, and costs related to property decontamination, which could be part of a kind of extensive losses, especially when you consider what I will present you just after, an example from dirty bombs. But exclusions, of course, have been already said. In cyber risk, if it is caused with an explosion, this explosion is insured, and if it comes from a cyber intervention, it is also taken into account. So I won't repeat what has been already said about CCR and the way it is handled through the market, but intervention is again for large risk or small and medium risk. You will have also, I think, all the slides for everybody, so I won't repeat it. The framework and the pressures about which you have been able to hear. Pressure is on everybody, of course, and pressure is also from the needs of the customers of large industries, but also small and medium businesses. We have seen that there are some scopes that are not covered on the current products that we are delivering altogether. So effectively, this is something that we have to think, but for the current matters, we are in negotiations altogether, and with extension about 4 and 6 years for a framework that gives stability and not having to, I would say, negotiate and every year or even every 2 years. It's a difficult matter on that. So now we have also in CCR developed modelization capabilities in order to be able to show the risk culture to, of course, the insurer, which are naturally totally emerge on it, but also the government and also other stakeholders, including risk managers, for example. And so we put our efforts first on dirty bombs, but we extend it also with blast. And so on dirty bombs, we have put examples about the hazard. So the hazard itself, it means how a dirty bomb could explode and how the plume could disperse its material, depending also of the wind and the pressure and sometimes also the rain. And so back with exposure, you have damages, and you have damages, you have losses that are insured, and you also have, which is more difficult to follow and to estimate, economical losses. Sometimes economical losses have indirect effect, and so it's like tourism and things like that, which are sometimes difficult to fully approach. Nevertheless, the model up to date is a really high resolution with all the mapping of buildings in France, France mainland, but also overseas, with a kind of target catalog, potential targets, with also all the weather stations, because as you have been able to see on the quick previous slide, the effect of the plume and how it disperses its material depend on the weather. And also the estimation of the blast, which is done using a TNO approach made by circle overpressure that are dispersed within the buildings. Full variability on all parameters. It's really something which is scenario-based, and just to show how it could happen and what could be the extent of damages, and also in terms of money, with key parameters like location of the CBNR source, wind speed, wind direction, explosive quantity. It could be TNT or TANT. And we spoke before this morning about the different products and the cesium-137, which is effectively dangerous, but dangerous, which also could be seen in the medical industry quite often, and with some ease in a way. So you have material also with gas, sarin and anthrax, and so we've seen that, and with a potential dispersion source also with drones, but here we've based our model on the ground. And so an example of the impact, so you will recognize effectively Eiffel Tower in Paris, so depending on your sense of orientation, you will recognize the equator. But here is something which is a small bomb in a way, with just 1 kilogram. You can have it on the bag, a bag on your back, and with cesium-137, not too much, but you have a real severe effect. And here you can see with the blast first, and then the dispersion of the plume, which here depends on the wind direction, and also the extension of the damages depending on with colors. In this slide, it shows the potential variability using these different scenarios. This scenario, with depending on the wind direction and depending on the wind speed. Here we've put a no rain hypothesis. In case of rain, you have additional parameters as well. In fact, the plume dispersion is less extended because of the rain, but then we have the problem, and I recognize, and in modelization you have to be very humble every day, because the more you learn also that you learn not so much. And so there is all the network contamination because of the flows of the water contaminated. So all those costs, decontamination and things like that are quite hard to follow. Here we have a range of 15 billion euros. on this scenario. On other catalogs and other estimation, we have more than 5 times this type of amounts, and it could effectively, in terms of insured, so you have to count also as well the uninsured, which is then the economic loss. But I don't want to make some fear about that. With this amount, it's clear that for that the cope and cooperation with PPPs are evident. That's why I wanted to present you this type of modelization. Industry could not totally absorb this shock. CCR is a public company, but it is a company. It is not a non-profit organization. It's 100% owned by the state. We have driven as market forces, in fact, and in a way we are a profit buffer organization in order to put different profit into reserves, and this is buffering shock before intervention of the state. And I think this type of examples are very important. This could happen in Paris, but also elsewhere in Paris and in France. And I know that it's something that could happen, and we all hope that it will not. Nevertheless, we have to prepare. What has been said about evolution of terror, I think that the risk is evolving, and the way we are dealing with risk should also evolve. We have been able to see WTC. We have been able to see attack to persons. Maybe we will have also poisoning people with a large extent. This can happen. Dirty bomb, as I presented before. And so terrorist attacks and terrorism strategy, in a way, from this type of organization or network is mixing probably impact on people, impact on buildings, impact on businesses. So in a nutshell, CCR will continue to contribute for supporting a market solution, whatever the solution is, and using the market also. We all have a share on that, it is clear, with regular information on the evolution of risks. That is also very important to all, everybody, to the state, of course, to the insurers, and for insurers, it means for us clients, it's important, to other reinsurers as well, it is important, and of course to customers and risk manager, for example, but also to small and medium businesses. So you have a state guarantee for that, but you also have other risks that are coming, and we have been able to see CBI, we have been able to see cybers, we already have seen bodily injuries, and all this has to be viewed about terrorism with an holistic view, even if a solution for each of these type of issues have been found and have been evolving depending. It is important to get all together because there are correlations between those issues, between cyber risk and property damage. There are correlations, and it's important to have this broad view. And I think that CCR is a good place and house to facilitate this common view and sharing it with everybody. Thank you very much.